Family, what is up? It is your boy Providence back again with another video. And for today's video, man, I'm using the Bas-P, a new DLC SMG that was introduced for the start of season 1. My thoughts on this SMG, man, I think it's pretty solid. It does feel like a pea shooter sometimes. If you're out of this gun's range, sometimes it feels like you're just shooting feathers at the enemy, but within range, man, with this fast fire rate, you really can't go wrong. It does decent damage, and I had a blast using it, getting this gun gold. I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. But for today's commentary, y'all, I wanted to talk about something I was thinking about today, man. I was thinking about those things that we got called feelings, or feelings if you from somewhere in the Midwest or the South. The reason why I was thinking about it, man, is because we all have them, right? And I know sometimes, you know, me as a man, our culture kind of sets up this ideology where men can't really be real about their feelings. That's sort of a feminine thing to do, but man, we gotta be honest, man. Sometimes we're even more emotional than women, if we're honest. And the truth about feelings is that whether we want to admit it or not, feelings are very powerful. Emotions are very powerful. It can lead us to think and act and behave in certain ways. It can set you up for tremendous success. It can set you up for failure if you can't really process or control how you feel. And I think a common struggle that we may have all faced at some point is that we oftentimes let our feelings dictate our actions, or sometimes our inaction. I think one of the best virtues that a person could ever develop is self-control. The ability to do what is right, what you're responsible for doing, or the good that you know that you're supposed to do, despite how you feel. Man, if we could master self-control, or at least get significantly better at it, we could unleash a new level of productivity and find for ourselves a level of happiness that is sort of the byproduct of a new level of discipline that we have in our lives. Our feelings definitely shouldn't be ignored. I mean, I think that it's important to process your feelings, process how you feel, whether it's in a professional setting with a therapist or just with some friends, right? Or just even by yourself, soul searching and asking yourself questions. I think all of that's beneficial. But while it's important not to ignore our feelings, I think it's equally important that we not let our feelings dominate us or become too consumed with how we feel to the point where it skews our behavior. Honestly, I woke up this morning and I knew I had set out the day to create content, and when I woke up this morning, man, I didn't feel particularly well, man. I felt the weight of the world on me, the stresses of other things in my life that I'm dealing with, and there was a temptation, man, just to kind of go within myself or waste time, try to escape, and, you know, not deal with the goals that I set for myself. But I decided to push through and make this video. And you might be dealing with something where you know you've got to do something. It could be as simple as, you know, I don't know, taking out the trash, maybe going for a morning stroll to exercise, or it could be very complex as well. Whatever it is, man, you know, you might feel some type of way about it. You might not want to actually get it done. There might be all kinds of emotions attached to the thing. It could be very difficult in and of itself, man, but we've got to just push through it. You know, one thing I'm realizing, man, is that I think that there's not really overcomplicated answers to a lot of things we go through, man. Sometimes we might not even have the answers, but we just gotta push through. We just have to literally will ourselves to do the thing that we ought to do, even if it's confusing, hard, difficult. You literally have to push through that stuff and force yourself to get it done and to develop that habit of doing what needs to be done until it comes second nature to you. But first, the feelings or your emotions might not be where your mind is. Your mind might be at a place where it wants to work, get things done, deal with the issue, but your emotions might be somewhere different. And sometimes you just got to do what you got to do and let your emotions catch up later. And the beautiful thing about this whole thing, man, is that we don't got to be perfect at this. You can give yourself grace to fail, grace to mess up, to give into those feelings and probably not be as responsible as you ought to be. But then there's always just getting back up and doing what you're supposed to do, man. And if we, more times than not, push past those feelings and do what we're supposed to do, we're gonna find success. And that's one thing I'm realizing as well. Perfection is not the goal, man, but consistency is the goal. There's a difference between perfection and consistency. No one is perfect. No one does what they're supposed to do all the time, but consistent people find success. Doing something consistently, sticking to something and getting it right more often times than not, you're gonna be okay. We're all gonna be okay. So that's all I really wanted to share with you guys, man. Thank you guys for listening yet again. I appreciate you, everyone who's supporting me. Please, if you're new to the content, man, please subscribe, like the video, and show your support, man. So special thanks to everyone who made it this far into the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.